Hello yogis! Welcome to your channel for free yoga. My name is Trishy and today's class will be the start in a series dedicated all to the chakras. So if you were ever wondering what a chakra is, what chakras are energy centers located throughout the body. So there are 7 in total, and today I will be focusing on the root chakra. So the root chakra is located at the base of the spine and the pelvic floor and your legs, so it's right at the bottom. Take a comfortable seat, sitting up tall, and have your seat where you can actually extend your hands and still be able to touch the ground. Feel your pelvic floor grounding to the mat or the block. And go ahead and take the hand posture of extending your first and second finger and your thumb while tucking your ring finger and your baby finger into your hand. Then place your extended fingers onto the mat. Close your eyes and fully feel grounded to the earth in all the spots that touch the earth. So the root chakra is associated with the earth and the color red. So you can imagine a giant red light on your pelvic floor, or a red flower, or a red gem. So these classes will be dedicated to balancing the chakras so that you can feel better in your day-to-day lives. Breathe deeply. So normally what happens when you have a chakra imbalancement is that you either have an excess of energy or you have a deficiency of energy. And that can result in certain emotional moods. So just by the process of life itself, things can happen and chakras can become out of balance. So if you're deficient in the root chakra, you can have a feeling of lethargy or depression, feeling stuck, anxious, you feel disconnected to yourself and others around you. And if you have an excess in the chakra, you can feel stressed, you can have panic attacks, you can be going into strings of nightmares, and you can be worried about the future, such as financial stability. So rebalancing the root chakra is really about feeling safe, feeling grounded, knowing that you're taken care of, and releasing all your fears that imbalance your chakra. So bring your hands to prayer in front of your chest and extend your right leg out to the side while keeping your left foot to the inner right thigh. So for this first forward fold, I would like you to just plant your palms into the ground and keep your back straight. We're not going to go too far in this first forward fold so that you're just starting off and not extending too much. So for yoga to balance the root chakra, there's a lot of grounding poses, a lot of stable poses, a lot of inward energy poses, and a lot of grounding your pelvic floor. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Lift back up. And just go ahead and switch sides. So extend your left leg out to the side, right foot to your inner left thigh, and walk your hands forward. Keep your spine and back straight while bringing the shoulders onto the back body. So I'm going to be repeating some affirmations for the root chakra throughout today's class. And the goal here is not to take it and be it, but take it and observe how it makes you feel. So one way you can see how the chakra might be unbalanced or even balanced is to hear these affirmations and see how they make you feel. So when I say an affirmation, you can either repeat it to yourself or just let it wash over you, whatever feels comfortable for you. And lift back up. Come onto hands and knees. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the spine. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Neutral spine. Walk your palms forward and step your right foot in between your hands, low lunge. Keep your fingertips grounded to the mat and pull your chest forward. Feel all parts of your body connected to the earth. Curl your back toes under and lift your left leg off the ground. Keep your legs strong. Drop your back knee down. And just step back into tabletop pose. Step your left foot in between your hands for low lunge on the opposite side. Lift up onto your fingertips. So one affirmation for the root chakra is knowing that you're safe. So internally repeat or just listen, I am safe. I am safe. Lift your back leg off the ground. Straighten through. Stay on the ball of your foot. Very strong through both legs as you drop your knee back down to the mat and step back into tabletop pose. Walk your hands forward and keep your hips over your knees, lowering your forehead down to the mat for puppy stretch. So bringing your forehead down to the mat is one way that you can bring your hips over your head and bring your head into a quiet position. So one way that the root chakra can become unbalanced is thinking a lot, overthinking. Sit your hips back to your heels for child's pose. Bring your forehead to the mat. So when you're all energy up inside your head, it can become unbalanced and you need to bring it back down to a rooted state. Lift your hips up and back, curl your toes under for downward facing dog, and just go ahead and paddle your feet. Press your chest to your thighs as you lengthen through your tailbone. Walk your hands back to your feet. Bend your knees, lift your toes, and take a grab of opposite elbows as you hang ragdoll forward. So you can internally repeat, I love my body. I love my body. Bend your knees a little more, grounding fully into your feet Slowly lift and straighten your back with your knees very bent. Extend your arms out behind you. Rock a little bit of weight back into the heels. So your belly is lifted off the thighs here, so that you can ground more into your legs. Come to stand, mountain pose. Roll your shoulders onto the back body and shine your palms forward. So another affirmation is, the people around me love and support me. The people around me love and support me. Lift your arms up overhead. Dive forward. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Feel free to bend your knees. Hold here. And then walk your hands forward and back into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky, then step your foot in between your hands, back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat, warrior two. Right knee should be over right ankle, arms out to the side, palms facing down. So standing poses are a great way to help balance the root chakra, because not only do they release energy, but they also strengthen the energy. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot, left arm up and overhead for extended side angle. You can look up or keep your neck neutral, whichever is more comfortable for you. Drop your left hand down to the inside of your right foot, then step your right foot back for downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up to the sky and step your left foot in between your hands, back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat for warrior two. So windmill your hands out to the side, palms facing down. Pelvis is neutral. So you're not tipping your pelvis either left or right. It's staying level and parallel to the ground. Bend a little deeper into your left knee. Then bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot and extend your right arm overhead. If this is too much of a stretch for you, you can always bring your forearm to the knee, or the thigh rather. Drop your hand down and step back into downward facing dog. Walk your feet slowly to your hands and take a grab of a block. Step your feet to the edges of the mat Heels in, toes out for Malasana, but this time we're going to do it with a block. So you can either have the block at the lowest level or the mid-level or the highest level. Keep your knees over your ankles and really feel your pelvis grounding down into the block. So instead of having your pelvis floating in this pose, you're actually sitting it down onto something. So you're having a very large hip opener, but you're also grounding the pelvic area. Keep your spine straight and long. Bring your hands into prayer if they weren't there already. Drop your inner right shoulder to your inside of your right knee and take a twist with your hands in prayer positioning. So you're opening your chest and your shoulders up and to the left. If you want to go a little further, you can drop your right hand down to the ground and extend your left hand to the sky. Bring your hands back into prayer position and come back, lift back up into center. Drop your left shoulder into the inside of your left thigh. Keep your hands in prayer position and twist open to the right. I am safe and secure. I am safe and secure. Place your left palm down to the ground and extend your right arm up to the sky if you would like to go a little deeper. Hands back into prayer position. Drop your hands down to the ground. And extend your hips up and back for a forward fold. Legs can stay straight or bent. Lengthen your spine and exhale, fold forward. Feel free to move your block off to the side and step back in a downward facing dog. You can come up on your toes and then re-extend your heels down to the ground a couple times. Lift your right leg up to the sky and step your foot in between your hands. Back heel parallel to the back edge of the mat, warrior two. So your knee is over the ankle, pelvis is straight, not tipping one way or another. Okay, bring your hands to your hips, straighten your right leg, and bring your right foot parallel to the front edge of the mat. As you inhale and exhale, fold forward. Wide-legged forward fold. You can come up onto your fingertips and bring your shoulders away from the ground. So feel grounded through your feet, and you might need to have a little bend in your knees. I am financially secure. I am financially secure. bring your hands to your hips and bring your heels in, toes out for temple pose. Bring your hands to your knees and squat your pelvis down. Raise your arms to the sky. Interlace your fingers. So keep your knees over your ankles and open up your hips as you squat down. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your legs, come back into forward lunge. High on the ball of the back foot. Plant your hands and step back into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts to the sky. Step your foot in between your hands, back heel parallel to the back edge of your mat, warrior two. Knee over ankle. Bring your hands to your hip, straighten through your left leg and bring your foot parallel to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. I am grounded. I am grounded. Flat back, bring your hands to your hips, heels in, toes out for temple pose. Bring your hands to your knees and really squat your pelvis down. So if you find that your knees are swaying in, then you've probably gone too far and you should narrow your stance. Bring your hands overhead and interlace your fingers. Hands to hips, straighten your leg, bend your right knee, or your left knee rather. High lunge, so you're up on the ball of your right foot, hands to the ground, and step back into downward facing dog. Right leg lifts to the sky, step in between your hands. Back heel at a 45-degree angle, hips facing forward, right knee over right ankle, warrior one. Lift your arms up to the sky. So really strengthen through both legs and feet and feel completely grounded into the earth. Hands to hips, straighten your right leg and fold over your right leg. Hands can either come to the ground or a block. Lift up onto your fingertips. Step your right foot to the outer edge of your right hand for lizard pose and keep your back leg straight and strong. So your hands and your feet are fully grounding to the earth, and you can pull your chest forward, flat back, and look forward. Step back into downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up to the sky. Step your left foot in between your hands, back heel at a 45-degree angle, left knee over left ankle, and hips square to the front of the mat. Lift your arms overhead for warrior one. So you want to keep your floating ribs tucking in, and you want the back bend to come mostly from your upper back, so there should be no pinching or compression in your lower back. Lower your hands down and straighten through your left leg as you fold forward for pyramid pose. Inhale back up. Bring your left foot and bend your left knee and bring your foot to the outer edge of your left hand for lizard pose. Keep your back leg fully engaged. And step back into downward facing dog. Bring your knees wide, toes in, knees out, sit your hips back for child's pose. You can either keep your arms out in front of you or bend through your elbows, hands in prayer, and bringing your hands to the back of your neck. Breathe deeply as you root into the earth. My needs are always met. My needs are always met. Bring your arms back out in front of you if they were bent. Walk your hands up, bring your knees together and sit back on your heels, making sure that your pinky toe is also grounded to the earth, and bring your hands on your thighs and close your eyes. Feel yourself grounded to the earth. Breathe deep into your belly. Place your hands behind you and lift your knees up for an ankle stretch. So if this is too intense, lifting your knees off the ground, just place your knees and keep them on the ground. Reach forward, cross your legs over, and come and take a seat. So you can either sit up on a block, and we're going to take the fingers that we did at the beginning of class. So your first two fingers are extended along with your thumb, and your ring finger and baby finger are tucked in. And then you bring your fingers down to the mat. So try to imagine that you are a tree, and that your parts touching the ground are roots that are expanding down into the earth. Breathe deeply into that expansion, a secure expansion. Bring your hands into prayer and extend your legs out in front of you. So flex through your feet so your toes are actually facing your shins, and feel your sits bones and your pelvic floor connecting to the earth. Keep a straight and flat back. So everything touching the ground right now is expanding and rooting and growing. Bring your hands overhead. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Feel how your seat is grounded in the earth. It's stable and it's secure. Go ahead and very slowly and mindfully lift back up and bring your palms flat to the earth. So you're sitting straight up with a flat back, legs out in front of you, feeling grounded. Go ahead and bend your knees and just windshield wiper your legs from side to side so that you can release your lower back. Slide forward and lay down on your back. Bring your arms into a cactus or a T shape. Slide your hips over to the right, cross your right knee over your left thigh, and drop your legs over to the left. Unhook the cross of your legs and bring your knees back up. Shift your hips over to the left. Cross your left leg over your right thigh and drop your knees over to the right. If this is too intense for you, you can always just keep your knees stacked instead of going for the cross. Unhook the cross of your legs. Bring your hips back center. Arms down to your sides, legs out in front of you for Shavasana. Curl your shoulder blades onto the back body. Completely relax your entire body. Close your eyes. And the last affirmation for today's class will be, I am safe, protected, and secure. I am safe, protected, and secure. Slowly begin to wake back up. Raise your arms overhead and give yourself a nice big stretch. Come to roll on one side. And take a moment on your side to take a few breaths. Then use the strength of your arms to come to a comfortable seat. Feel your pelvic floor fully grounded into the earth. You are stable. You are secure. You are safe. Bring your hands in prayer at the heart. Thank you so much for practicing today with me, yogis. Please subscribe to my channel. I hope you have an amazing, amazing day. With love, namaste.